Welcome back to Granite Gardens. It is a 60 degree day in February, so I am taking advantage of it and starting something that I've wanted to start for a while. I apologize, it is extremely windy, so it may be loud. I'll see what I can do editing with this. So I am starting a HugelKultur bed under one of our garden raised beds. I'm going to show you a few things I already started. I took the straw off the top, the winter cover, and dug down half of one side. I'm going to fill that up and then I'll do the other side, but I'll show you what's going on. So just some logs, some older stuff and some newer stuff in there, large, medium, and small. We went down probably, I don't know, maybe a little over 1.5 feet, I guess. And you can almost see there the dirt that was existing underneath is terrible. This is the dirt that was on the top. It's got sand, compost, nice and dark, nice and rich, very loose, airy, good stuff. This, however, is all the stuff that was under the bottom. It's all clay, a lot of rocks, and we're gonna actually use probably a 50-50 mix of this down in with the logs, and then we'll top it off with the good stuff. And I'm about to add some straw. That was the cover to this, and then maybe see if I can find anything else out in the woods. All right, so as you can see, we got the other side done. It's a lot of work digging in this clay. So here, let me turn it around, make it a little easier. So we dug down a little over 1.5 feet again. I'm not putting anything too big in here, just because I think it'll be better if it's smaller. It'll decompose faster, and I got other additions that I'll be putting in the spring on the first couple inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the woods, find some larger stuff, bring it up here, chop it up, then I'm going to put it in. Look at this gorgeous fence behind me. All right, we've got the second layer in. Now I'm going to put on some straw. All right, we've got our straw in. We are just going to get this down in here a little bit, force it down where we can. And that's it. Now we're going to take some of the not so great dirt, get it in here, pack it into some of the big open air gaps, and then we will start refilling the entire thing. And there you have the semi-final product. All the dirt's back in. We actually raised the level of the whole bed about 2 or 3 inches, which is amazing. The last step is I'm just going to take the straw that was on top, put it back on top, and then we will call this a day on this bed. In the spring, we'll start adding a couple extra things to finish the amendment process for the first couple inches, but we got the good biomass on the bottom that'll help bring some nutrients up for long-term fertilization, and then we will add some for short-term fertilization on the top. And that is one completed HugelKultur bed. So, like I said, in the spring, we will be adding some azomite, which is basically just to help put in the minerals back into the dirt. Let me see what else. I have some mycorrhizal inoculant that I put in every year. I'll put that in as well. And then I'm hoping that the grass will grow and need cut once before we start planting in these beds, so I can just get some extra green, little boost of nitrogen right off the bat in the top layer. And that I'll just mix in to about the first 4 inches of dirt. I won't add a whole lot, but I do want to put some compost in that still probably has a good amount of compost from the previous year. We even have some compost that we started in the back. We'll probably add to all the beds, and we have some chicken manure that's been composting since last year, so that should also be ready to go in the spring. So if anybody knows, please let me know. Our garlic came up, and we planted this about Halloween, and it was good until probably about December. We got a warm 50-degree day, and they all shot up. Now you can see they're all starting to, well, you might not be able to see, but right there, they're all starting to die back again, and I'm afraid that they're gonna rot because they grew and then died. Does anybody know if they are going to make it or not? This is grocery store stuff, so the fact that it even grew with this cold and it's not completely dead is amazing to me. They do have about 4 inches of straw on top still, so maybe they're getting insulated enough. But if anybody knows, please let me know. Another thing that you can do is the Lasagna method of raised bed planting or in-ground planting. That is something that you can use if you do not have access to logs and all you have is sticks and really small stuff. you can dig down and then just do a lasagna bed at the bottom. So cardboard, paper, straw, grass clippings, mulch, any sticks that you can find, garden scraps, chicken eggs, all kinds of stuff you can put in there. So if you don't have access to logs, that's yet another way that you can do it. And this is all a good time now to start doing these kinds of things to your garden beds, your in-ground beds, whatever you can do, as long as the ground is thawed, because hey, who wants to dig through iced out dirt? It's impossible, let me tell you. And our dirt is like rock and clay. After about a foot of undisturbed soil, that's all it is clay and rock. It's almost impossible to get through. So now is the time to start thinking about adding amendments to your bed. Just make sure you put either straw or maybe even a tarp down just to keep those nutrients in. I personally want the rain and the snow to hit this bed. I put the straw in to kind of help insulate it a little bit, but I need that dirt to work down in those cracks, so there's not big air gaps, because you don't want a root to go down and just find this big gap of air and have nothing to grow through. So now's the time to start thinking about it. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll answer them if we can. And maybe you can share some ideas of what you do to your garden beds at this time of year. And this is our compost section. Here we just have the chicken manure and the wood shavings. Something even has been digging in it. This actually is mostly tropical garden plus just the end plants. There's pepper plants in here that are still breaking down, root balls, banana leaves, all kinds of stuff. This one is Melissa's that she started. Honestly, we haven't even lifted this thing back in weeks. So hey, you guys want to take a peek with me? It's not bad. It's fluffy on the outside, frozen in the middle. These two are our normal compost, and they're actually, looks like someone's digging in these too. Now I can tell you most of this is kitchen scraps, leftover bits and bobs of different things that go on inside the house, and a lot of chicken manure and bedding. But all of this should be composted by spring. That's been composting for a while now, so we might actually be able to use some of this. And we have been no stranger to buying compost. We try to do it at least every year. Sometimes it's an off year and we can't. But this year will be the first year that we can actually probably not buy any, because we have access to so much that's been composted this year. So this year will be fun, and we'll actually have some homegrown compost to put in. And I don't know if any of you guys are as excited about these as I am. These eyesores in the front yard. They have a purpose, and they're still housing my bananas nice and insulated. It sucks not knowing what's going on inside of there, but it's dry and it's probably warm with all the plastic. So here's hoping we'll share this with you in the spring when we finally unwrap these bad boys. And that's it for this installment of Strange Things We Do in February when it's 60 degrees outside. So HugelKultur beds, check it out, do some research. They're fun. They're a good way if you have a bed that's losing some dirt, it's getting packed down there. It's a good way to actually raise the level without having to add or purchase anything, which is good. Let us know about the garlic. I have no idea what's going on. I hope it comes back in the actual spring, not these Indian summers that we keep getting. The bananas, cross your fingers for me. And if we get bananas, I might be sending out some plants. That way everybody can grow bananas in their front yard now, and not just the ornamental ones. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to sharing more with you soon. So thanks for coming by. Thanks for sharing some of the process of what we do, and we hope to share more with you soon. And I forgot the tagline. And that is one completed. No.